Hi everyone. Noticed that a lot of new players don't seem to fully grasp the flag mechanics in Bannerlord, so I just wanted to run over them quickly for anyone who's interested. I play skirmish, that's what I'm going to talk about, but it's equally applicable to captain mode. I'm going to start with the very basics of raising a flag and get more into the nerdy details later on, so viewers with a low attention span can get the simple stuff at least. Each flag on a map has an area of influence around it, and that's indicated by a circle in the terrain, sometimes logs, sometimes stones, whatever. Starting with trading posts, we'll have a quick look at them. This is the outline of trading post, and flag A has logs around it, and then flag B, it's quite dark, but you can see a ring of stones around the flag, and then flag C, another ring of stones. So trading posts was the first, and then we have town outskirts, and this is the basic layout of that. And you can see again quite a good ring of stones. You can see very clearly where the area of influence is. Flag B, exactly the same, and flag C, so it's very clearly marked on those. The third map they introduced was Suana, a slightly different layout and quite a bit darker. So it's not quite so clear, but that's flag A, and there's a standing circle. Flag B, it's not so clearly marked out, but you know there's a circle around it, and flag C, again, not quite so clearly marked out. If you're standing inside that circle of stones or whatever, you have an influence on the flag, but if you're standing outside that circle, then you don't influence the flag at all. So if you're the only player in the area of influence and the flag is neutral or belongs to the other team, the flag will slowly lower, and then when it gets to the bottom, rise again. Lowering the flag takes about 10 seconds at the moment. Sometimes that seems to change. If a teammate is also in the circle, it has no further effect. Flags do not move faster with more players in the circle. The flag will take about 10 seconds whether there's one of you or 6 of you in that circle. If an opposing player is in the circle, only the player nearest to the flagpole has an effect on the flag. So there could be one of you and 4 of them, but if you are the nearest to the flagpole, then you're the one influencing the flag. This can be really important at the end of round if either you or them are running out of morale. Once you've lowered a flag to its lowest point, there's a sound cue and the flag will rise. Now as soon as you hear that sound, you don't need to stay in the circle. The flag will continue to rise whether you're in there or not, as long as a player of the opposing team doesn't enter the circle. When you join a new game, you'll probably be put into the warm-up phase, which basically gives you a chance to run around the map while the game tries to find more players to add into the teams. This will give you time to look at the UI. At the centre top of your screen, you can see the timer and the 2 team emblems either side of the round timer. Teams are colour-coded, so your shield, if you have one, will be the same colour as your emblem. Below the emblems are 10 morale stars for each team, 5 of which are filled for each team at the start of each round. Centrally below the morale stars are the flag indicators, which start in a neutral colour and position. The end conditions for the game are: one team has all players dead with no respawns, one team has all 10 morale stars coloured, or one team has higher morale when the timer reaches 0. It starts at 7 minutes, it's not something you see often, and I don't have a screen for it. There are always 10 stars worth of morale in the round. When one team gains morale, it's taken from the morale of the other team. Your team will gain morale when you hold more flags than the other team. So if both teams have 1 flag each, then neither takes morale from the other. The rate of morale transfer is faster the more the difference between how many flags each team holds. So if you hold all 3 flags, you gain morale much faster than if you hold 1 flag and the other team none. When there's just 1 flag left, you gain morale a bit faster than if you hold 1 more flag when there are 3 flags, but not as fast as if you were holding all the flags when there are all 3 flags. Each round starts with a timer of 7 minutes and counts down to 0. When the timer is counted down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds, a 30-second countdown will begin with an audio cue and a message on the screen, and when the timer reaches 5 minutes, 2 flags will be removed from the map. Now the team that holds the final flag gains morale a bit faster than when they were holding just 1 flag out of 3. The flag removal algorithm first tries to remove 1 flag from each team. Then if there's a choice or more than 1 remaining flag, it will try to retain the flag that has most players of a team that doesn't hold it nearest to it. So in this clip there's fighting on A, somebody's taking A, so A will be retained because the other team had all 3. And in this clip A will definitely be taken away on either B or C. There we go, C is the one, presumably something's happening on C, but this is A, so we don't know. And then in this clip it will be B because it's one of 2 and there was fighting on it. B was changing hands. So quite often you can have a very good idea which flag is going to be the one that gets retained for the end of the round, so you can be prepared and know where to go. When a team lowers or raises a flag, you may have noticed that the colouring in the flag indicator goes up and down as well, so you can see what's happening even if you're not within sight of that flag. So for example, when you lower a flag from neutral, the indicator colouring lowers with the flag, the black colouring goes down like A there, and then as soon as it reaches the bottom it turns to the colour of the team that took it and it moves over to the side of that team. So my team took A and now they just took B, and C is lowering, and the other team took C, so that's gone over to their side, so we hold 2 flags and they hold 1. You may have noticed that there's always a sound cue and a message appears on the screen. And as soon as the flag is fully lowered, then if there's a difference in the number of flags, the morale starts flowing towards the team that has the most flags. Now we have 3, so that morale, you can see the little arrow there that indicates the morale is flowing, is going really fast, because, and then it slowed down a bit because the other team's taken a flag, so now there's only 1 flag's worth of difference instead of 3 flags worth of difference. So it's not flowing quite so fast. During this round I was chatting on Steam, so I forgot to actually choose a proper character, and I forgot twice. I'm not going to help him because he just hit me. I think I'm back to chatting here. So you can see that now they've taken another flag, so they've got 2 and we've got 1, and the countdown is going, so it will be B or C, but I'm not going to the flag because I'm going to help out this guy. It's B, and it's in contention, even though we're not near it. But they've fully raised it. So they didn't have much morale. We had all the morale from having 3 flags earlier, but now they're gaining it and we're losing it, so they're gaining time. If we'd kept the flag, then they would have run out of time, so even if we hadn't killed them all we would have won the round, but because they've got the flag, they're gaining all that time and we were losing it. So rather stupidly ran in on B to try and get the flag, didn't realise they were all there with my peasant character, and here I've decided that maybe I'll go for something a bit more sensible. And I've got one teammate trying to do something on the flag, so I'll try and help him out. But this looks doomed to failure, to be honest. was rather lucky. But they're gaining, and now we've really got too few stars, and we need to get to the flag. It would be much more sensible, actually. I've got enough time. I should have tried to fight one at a time, because my blocking's horrible. So that kind of shows how the morale and getting to the flag is part of the play. If you have any questions, leave them below the video. I'll try to answer them. This was a bit rushed. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but unfortunately my game's quite laggy, so I never really got the clips I wanted. Hopefully though this will help some people, and have fun in Bannerlord. Bye.